Hello, my name's Ben, and this is the story of a skinny boy who got fat. You see, as a boy, I was always very skinny. I mean, so skinny I was always a bit nervous and afraid to take my shirt off in public because everybody could see all my ribs. But I was also a bit sporty as well, and I really quite enjoyed football and cricket, and I won the school discus, so I was very proud of that. And I've always continued to be part of some kind of sport throughout my life, whether it's been hockey or cricket or tennis. And that's been me. I've always considered myself to be a fit, skinny guy. So it kind of came as a bit of a surprise to me to realise that throughout my 30s and into my 40s, I'd actually got a bit fat. And I don't know where that came from really, but there it was. And in my 40s, to counteract this, I thought, well, I'm obviously not being sporty enough, so I took up running. It was all in an effort for me to shed a bit of timber, as they say, to lose a bit of weight, get rid of this middle-aged spread. And I lost, I'd say, about half a stone, which is 7 pounds. But then, of course, what happens is with all this training and pounding on the roads, is it puts a bit of pressure on your joints and ankles and the knees, and your hips start hurting a bit, and eventually you get a bit of an injury, and it kind of makes you want to give up for a bit. And all the good work, the half a stone, the 7 pounds, soon goes back on. One of the most shocking photos of me that I've had was actually one of my proudest moments. I was on holiday with my son, and it was an activity holiday, and obviously all the kids were really good at all the sport and things, but there was one thing on that holiday that I excelled at. The challenge was to walk on the riverbed to the other side of the river, and to hold you down under the water you had to grab a big rock, and I was the only person on that holiday out of, I don't know, 50, 60 people who could do it. So I'm good at holding my breath. So it's really quite an achievement. I've got this photo which marks the occasion, and I'm very proud of myself at that moment. But I'm not proud of the way my stomach looks, and it came as a big shock, and I was in a bit of a denial. I thought, oh blimey, look at that. Must be the stone that's causing my stomach to stick out a bit like that. So that was a bit of a shock. I thought, I can't be me, I'm not that fat, surely. But the weight kept creeping up and up and up. And at the start of this year, my weight had crept up to 104 kilos. 104 kilograms, that's a BMI for me at 1m82. BMI of 31.4, and if you look in all the textbooks, 31.4 means you're obese. I just found that really hard to accept. I couldn't understand why the measurements were saying that I was obese, but there you go, I was. There were several moments leading up to that where I had a real incentive to lose weight. Yes, over the years there have been plenty of opportunities or plenty of events coming up in 3, 4, 5, 6 months time that I've been planning for and anticipating and looking forward to, such as family weddings or school reunions, where I really wanted to turn up looking trim and fit. And I think, right, I've got 6 months to do it, let's crack on. So for those 6 months, I would really go for it. I would eat sensibly. I'd eat my balanced, small portions of my balanced diet according to all the guidelines. I took up spinning classes, which is these stationary bicycles where you end up in puddles of sweat because you've been working that hard. And I'd do all this for the whole 6 months, and I'd turn up at the family wedding or the school reunion, maybe a couple of pounds lighter, but nothing noticeable, and certainly not trim. But a couple of years ago, I had the biggest incentive I could possibly imagine. I do a bit of amateur dramatics. I was given a part in an Alan Ayckbourn play called Bedroom Farce, and the role entailed or required me to run about the stage with my shirt off a couple of times in front of an audience who'd be my friends and my family and the rest of the village. So you can imagine, I really wanted to be in good shape for that. I wanted to be, really hunky. So I went for it again. More spinning, extra spinning, smaller portions. Really concentrated on it. And then the play week came. The show must go on. So I did it, took my shirt off, and this is what I looked like. I was resigned to it. Resigned to middle-aged spread, to getting no better, probably getting worse. And then karma. Karma, that's the way it feels to me now. I came across this website, realmealrevolution.com, just by complete random chance. It was in the comments under an article about something else that I was reading on March the 17th this year. March the 17th, 2016. And I clicked on the link and I went to the website and I was almost instantly gripped. I thought, this is all making sense. I understand that I can do this. I'm going to give it a go. So that was a moment that changed my life. That was a Thursday. By the Friday, I'd kind of read all the pre-reading. By the Saturday, I'd signed up and had even been to the shops. And by the Sunday, I'd started. By Sunday, the 20th of March, I was banting. So it was 4 weeks from Sunday, the 20th of March, and I just decided I was going to commit 100% to it for those 4 weeks. I thought, well, what have I got to lose? What's a month out of your life? So I followed it 100% for 4 weeks, and I saw instant results. A week later, the following Sunday, I'd lost a kilo and a half. And what's more, during that week, I'd really enjoyed the food because I based on it with butter and cream and really tasty food and fresh food. And the results were persistent and consistent, and there weren't any, in my case, there weren't any particular fluctuations. It was just steady progress throughout the 4 weeks. And I ended up having lost 4.4 kilos and 4 inches from my waist. And it was like magic, and the best thing of all is I'd really enjoyed it. When the 4 weeks were up, do you think I was going to give up? Not a chance. I've just continued, and here we are. I've been banting for 9 weeks now. I've lost 9.7 kilos. I've lost 9 centimetres from my waist. Middle-age spread's gone, thing of the past. In fact, I can prove that. Here I am, just a couple of weeks into banting, wearing, you can see the shirts, the buttons are really popping off this one. But here I am today. I can show you. Same shirt. It's baggy. It's baggy. And isn't it a fantastic feeling? So, but I can't just finish there, because this story has another side to it. I'm not using carbohydrates anymore for my energy. I'm using fat, and for me it just makes me feel brilliant. I went out for lunch today, and the waitress said, thought it was a bit odd because I chose 2 starters and no main course. She said, do you mind if I ask why you're having 2 starters? I said, well, yeah, I don't mind at all. I don't eat carbohydrates, and all your main courses are full of carbohydrates, so I'd prefer to have 2 starters. And she said, you don't eat carbohydrates? Well, don't you feel you're lacking in energy and tired? I said, no, quite the reverse. And she was genuinely astonished. She said, oh, well, you better tell me about that. So I'm just so delighted that I've found this lifestyle. There's no way I'm going to change now. I'm a Banting convert. I am Banting for life. And my story is now the fat man who's getting skinny.